The dog heaven is a place where animals and people are given a second chance, where nature, animals, and the divine intersect. It's starting to be spooky season, and what a better way to begin than a story about the big bad wolf, or just wolves in general. So don't you know that Red Riding Hood went through the forest running away from the big bad wolf? Well, today I'm going to break some big bad wolf myths that I know you're going to be interested in hearing. And today we're going to be working with Elsa, our wolf dog. Elsa's a rescue, and she came to us a couple years ago, and I've become fascinated by wolves ever since. So we're going to break some myths about wolves, and you're going to learn some fun facts about wolves too. It's going to be pretty exciting. So one of the first amazing things I love about wolves and wolf dogs is they're very, very sensitive and very connected and very loyal. Wolves are actually known to be more loyal than dogs, which you wouldn't know is true, but it's true. And so Elsa has this way about her that she's extremely sensitive to the people that come here at the sanctuary. She gets very connected. And if she gets connected to someone and they end up leaving, they move off the property, or she doesn't see them for a week or so, she'll start howling. And she'll just howl and howl and howl until you can't stand it, really. But that's just because she's so connected, and she can tell when people are coming and going, and she watches over the property as a protector, and she has this way about her that she knows exactly when something's going to happen, and she'll start howling if she senses something's going to happen, and she can tell if someone's a good person or a bad person. She's very, very sensitive and very shy. But if you've got a good aura about you, she'll definitely come up and get to know you. So at Dog Heaven, we rescue dogs that would have been euthanized or has a high chance of being euthanized. And any wolf dog is most likely going to be euthanized because they're very, very difficult to adopt out. And they're actually very difficult to take care of. Elsa came to us by a woman who was in the military, and she had to go back into the barracks due to a divorce. And I'm so glad she found us, because I really think if she would have gone anywhere else, she would have been euthanized. In fact, 80 to 90% of wolf dogs are euthanized within their first 2 years, which is so sad because people don't realize how hard they are to take care of. Here, Elsa has a couple of acres that are just hers in the woods, and that's really what wolf dogs need, because if they have any wolf in them at all, they need that space to roam. So we're so happy and grateful that Elsa came to Dog Heaven. She truly is a gift. So the first myth I want to bust about wolves is that wolves are dangerous. That's actually farthest from the truth. They are not dangerous to humans at all. It's very rare to be attacked by a wolf. In fact, over the last 30 years, there's only been 30 documented cases of wolves attacking humans. That's only an average of 1 per year. That's not very many when you think about all the humans in the United States and including Alaska. The times that wolves did attack humans, the wolves were documented to have had rabies, or the humans had really encroached in their territory and had done something to provoke the wolf. It really does not come out of the blue. As you can tell, as you're watching Elsa, she tries to stay away from us as much as possible. So the fact that a wolf would physically be aggressive to a human is very, very rare. So the second myth I'd like to bust about wolves is that wolves are not endangered anymore. That's actually not true. Although they are making a comeback, and the gray wolf is the most populated wolf right now in the United States. There's about 10,000 to 15,000 wolves, particularly in Alaska. However, the Mexican and the red wolf are on the endangered list still. There are actually only 300 red wolves in the United States. So it's really important that we work on conservation efforts to get the red wolf and the Mexican wolf off the endangered species list, because the only reason why the gray wolf had a comeback was because of those conservation efforts of people that really believe in having the wildlife be contained by the apex predator, which is the wolf. When you have wolves in the wildlife, they're able to keep other prey in balance, such as the deer population, the elk population. Those do get out of control when you take wolves and coyotes out of wildlife. So it's really important for the balance that we have wolves reintered into the wildlife population and that they are off the endangered list. So the third myth I want to bust is the term you might hear, lone wolf. Sometimes we call a person a lone wolf. Sometimes, we'll expect to just see one wolf in the wild. But the truth of the matter is that wolves are pack animals and they thrive in packs. So normally a pack is led by an alpha female and an alpha male, and they mate for life, and they will communicate to each other through howling and growling and whimpers to run the pack. And they are the ones that are the head of the pack. And so very rarely will you see just a lone wolf. If there's just a lone wolf, he's probably been ostracized from his pack somehow, and it's probably not a good thing. So you might see a wolf alone by itself when it's out hunting, but you very quickly will see the rest of the pack behind it, because you'll see the wolf at first maybe getting the prey to come close or stalking the prey. But then afterwards, the rest of the pack will come to help with the fight to get the prey to come down. So very rarely you'll see just one wolf in the wild. So as you heard, wolves mate for life. Elsa has chosen Chance as her mate for life, and they're a very unusual pair, as you can tell. Chance is from Puerto Rico. He definitely does not look like a wolf. And Elsa is the elegant wolf dog. And so they're a mated pair. And if Chance ever leaves the pen without Elsa, she will howl for hours. So they're very loyal and they're very bonded. So I'm excited because I love having Elsa as a wolf dog, but I do want to caution anyone who's thinking about getting a wolf dog. They look beautiful, and you'll see breeders that breed specific wolf dogs, but it's a terrible, terrible idea to get a wolf dog as a pet. Very rarely can they be inside. As you can tell, Elsa, definitely, we've been working on training her for years, and she's still not very trainable because of her wolf in her, and she needs that outdoor space. So if you have a wolf dog and they were indoors, most likely they would have to be crated most of the time. Otherwise, they will ruin a lot of your furniture and a lot of your food. So Elsa gets to be outdoors all of the time, and she gets all of the space that she needs to roam. Very few people have a few acres to allow a wolf dog. So I highly recommend against getting a wolf dog. So let's try to keep the wolf dog population under control and keep the wild wolves in the wild. Little Red Riding Hood feared the big bad wolf, but it was all a myth. And so during this spooky season, remember that the scariest myths are the myths we create ourselves.